Getting ready for women's singles here at the Built Red Rock Open. Leigh Waters and Leigh Jansen facing off here for a gold medal. Look at the road here to the championship. Waters had to get by Lauren Stratman in the semifinals. Leigh Jansen, the tough task of outshooting Callie Smith. And Leigh, talk about her momentarily. First, Leigh going for what will be the second leg of her triple crown here, right now.
Yeah, and the one that was 50-50 is the one with her mom, which she's already got in her back pocket. She is definitely a favorite in this match, having dominated singles on the PPA Tour this year. And Leigh Jansen, though, hold please. Don't sell her short. This is a great singles player, great tennis player coming into this. She will make Leigh beat her. Okay, she's going to be coming forward. She's going to make her, all right, you might beat me, but it's going to be on my terms, coming forward, making it hard for young Leigh.
29 years old, out of Spokane, Washington, played collegiate tennis at Washington State. Very emotional player, very distinct style. And we are underway here in women's singles.
Point.
And if you're looking for something to give you just little confidence boost, why not hit a ripping two-handed backhand winner to start the day?
Pretty nice way to start for Leigh.
Side out.
Yeah, and I think the whole place just is just taking a deep breath. Like, we had a 2-hour women's match, almost a 2-hour men's match, drama everywhere.
Point.
Okay, let's now we only have 2 people on the court. Let's just sort of settle into everything here and see 2 of the best ladies on the singles side battle it out here.
Leigh serving now. And a tremendous shot right there. And guys, I think altogether 2 huge decisions by the PPA a year ago. One, instant replay. We see how that's paid dividends, and the other, go to the best of 5 on Championship Sunday. 2 incredible decisions that have affected the game.
Yeah, in a very positive way. You know, the best team is going to win. Kohler and Newman almost got there to prove that just 2 out of 3 weren't enough. And, you know, replay in the women's match, we got calls correct that we just wanted to be sure on. And, you know, that's what you want to any sport. We all just want just what happened from the players. Let's make sure it's right.
So we have a timeout here called early by Leigh Jansen as Leigh Waters out to the 4-1 lead. You blink and Leigh will put a 5 spot on you quickly. Just underway here. Women's singles at the Red Rock Open. The 2022 Red Rock Open is brought to you by Built, the official sponsor of the Red Rock Open. By Baird, official wealth management partner of the PPA. Guaranteed rate. Get a guaranteed home at a guaranteed rate. By Duper, make every match count. Select Medical, improving the quality of your life. Margaritaville, the official lodging partner. And by Fit Vine Wines, live your fit.
All right, we are back. Dave Fleming with Arena Tereshchenko, and Leigh Waters can pile up points in a hurry in singles.
Point.
Yes, and she is definitely bombing her serve right now, and I think that's attributing to probably the majority of the points that she's won so far, but good power, good precision. Nice return by Leigh on the last one. But that's definitely Lee's style of singles. She is looking for probably a quicker rather than longer way to win points. She's not into cat and mouse. Big serve, big third shot. She started out playing singles on the baseline. She played singles on the baseline for a number of years, and I loved it because I just made her run and then drop shot at her, and then she started coming in, so she's much harder to play against right now. Leigh has similar style. She will probably look to come in as much as she can. Also good first two-shot striker. Has some weapons, pretty big forehand, and pretty big serve, so we'll see what kind of answers she has.
3-5.
Yeah, a beautiful backhand off the baseline there that caught Leigh.
Point.
And
Timeout is called by the
we've had a
receiver.
timeout from both parties in about 3 minutes of running time. We've already had 9 points on the board. Average shot rally we talk about. So when you make that transition, Arena, you've done it a number of times, played a doubles and then singles, whether it's a day or the next day. What goes through your mind to make that transition? Certainly Leig's having to do it within 2 hours time.
I mean, I think you definitely have to look at probably your first two-shot strategy. That's the first thing I would do. So it's going to be slightly different between singles and doubles, and also kind of looking to,
Receiver,
I don't know, what else?
Server,
I probably need some tips from you.
Well, I think you mentioned it before, going for the serve. Where's the return going to go? Do you want to give them an angle or not on your return? A lot of people like to put it in that backhand corner, but you do give an angle like that, and then you have to cover more of the court, and 5 apiece.
Yes, the quality of the return matters a lot more in singles than it does in doubles. In doubles, you can almost get away with anything unless maybe you're stacking and you have to kind of cover second ground. But in singles, your returns need to be on point.
And Leigh Jansen just dialed in nicely after the quick start for Leigh Waters, and now has a lead.
Reserve.
Let's a reserved here on the PPA Tour if you're just joining us.
Point.
And that's a third missed return from Leigh Waters. Again, both parties really going after the serve, and it's a necessity in singles.
And that's one thing you can practice, and you don't need a partner, or you don't need a high-profile partner to practice your serves. One of the probably more underrated elements of the game, along with the lob that we discussed earlier.
Yes. Oh, and look at that, a little shank, but still, she was there. So you know, you don't punish her for that. And you know, Leigh Jansen
7-5.
feeling very confident here at 7-5 up in game 1.
Side out.
Another great serve by Leigh. Kept Leigh back, but maybe miscalculated a little bit on the placement of her approach shot.
5-7.
Got it into Lee's wheelhouse and gave her an angle.
Side out.
Side out as a result.
So it started out 4-1, now 7-5, just like that. Couple momentum swings here in this first game. There's another dandy by Leigh, and Leia runs into the gate here, right in front of us.
Tremendous hustle.
5-7. Point.
Leigh thought she had it covered, but didn't go after a ball earlier in the point where she could have maybe put Leigh in more trouble.
Point. Timeout is called by the receiver. The
And
score
now
is 7-7.
7 straight point, or rather 3 straight points to come back and tie it for Leigh Waters. So really good pickleball on both sides.
Time in.
And again, we have very aggressive users of timeouts on both sides of the court here. So again, Leigh has used 2 early, takes the instant replay away.
7-7.
But only for this game.
Correct.
Point.
And the timeouts have worked so far. Both players have been able to stop the momentum.
8-7.
8-7 in favor of Jansen.
Side out.
You see, I heard her say set. She was moving, didn't have the feet ready, and did not get underneath that ball.
You'll see a lot of Leigh Jansen, Dave, talking to herself on the court.
Yes, focused on
8-8.
delivering her best mentally and physically every time.
Point.
So good.
Yeah, nice hold by Leigh right before the shot. She held it a little bit longer, had Leigh guess and commit to one side, and just hits the ball open court. A little bit of
9-8.
deception.
Point.
It's an unbelievable scrap there by Leigh, but just relentless from Leigh.
And now game point here in game one.
10-8. Point in first
Just a
game,
little long.
11-8.
Leigh Waters will take game number one. So she had the lead, gave it up, then came back and finished the rest of the way.
Yeah, so, you know, the key here is both players threw punches, and Leigh was able to throw the last punch in game number one. We'll be back with game number two at the Built Red Rock Open.
Leigh Waters serving here to start game number two. Leigh took down Leigh Jansen at the Riverland Open. That was on February 27th. Also, 3 straight games.
0-0.
And that was Leih's first Triple Crown. A real crowning
Side
achievement so far playing this great game. Can she do it again here?
Yeah, Leigh probably has the head-to-head in this matchup. And as far as I remember, last time Leigh won was at the finals of San Clemente last year. And it was a comeback from 0-2 down, best out of 5. So even though Leigh has the first set under her belt right now, it doesn't mean that the match is over.
For sure. You've got to earn it when it's best of 5, and we saw that almost come to fruition in the men's.
Side out. 0-0. Side out.
You know, you mentioned the Triple Crowns, Drew, and some breaking news. The men's singles is scratched because Tyson McGuffin is under the weather, so that will go to Ben John. So if Leigh is able to win this singles match, not only will it be the chance for the double Triple Crown, but they'll be standing next to each other while they try to achieve that. That'll be something to watch if it gets there. Not taking anything away from Leigh. She could easily wreck that party.
And that's, yeah, this format is a good illustration of how physically fit you have to be to play pickleball at professional level, especially if you play all 3 events. And not all the pros play all 3 events, but the ones they do, big shout out to them, because that's definitely a grind.
Yeah, the toll singles takes on your body. Obviously, Irina, you would know that better than anybody with your tremendous amount of championships that you've put down on singles, but it takes a toll, and then you have partners that you want to bring your best to, and that certainly is part of the mentality when you decide to enter a tournament or not in all 3.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of have to keep in check what's happening with your body and make sure you recover properly, and you know, kind of be smart about your routine's preparation and also how you maintain your energy during the tournament. Everybody has different tricks for recovery and sustaining your energy, but I mean, so far we haven't really seen anybody on Championship Sunday run out of gas, but we also haven't played in extremely hot and humid conditions. I think some of those tournaments are coming up a little bit later in the year, so it'll be interesting to see if fitness is a factor. If McGuffin cramps, you know, we'll see.
And with all the pickleball that Anna Leigh has played so far this year, guys, I mean, I asked Steve, her father, does she ever have a chance to have fun? You know, just so much of this game has consumed her, and she has delivered here in 2022 as Jansen's shot does not clear the net. But they actually said after this tournament, Dave, they're going to go to Vegas, just enjoy each other as a family for a few days, eventually head back home at the end of the week.
Yeah, go be a teenager.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's actually a 6-week break coming up for the Waters, and the next event for them is the North Carolina PPA. So a good time for Anna Leigh to catch up on homework.
Side
and
out.
Irina, for you also, just downtime for a player, how important is it to be able to excel at the highest level?
I think it's critical for everyone's mental health, you know, and also nice to do something different, kind of feel normal, spend time with your family. Also take a little bit of time to kind of process and analyze and work on your game, work on your body, develop. So yeah, absolutely critical. I'm actually looking forward to maybe some adjustments that can be made potentially in the future in terms of calendar and scheduling seasons. We have some great examples in golf, right, where there's a clear off season and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, the moral to this discussion as Anna Leigh is out 6-0 here is the evolution of everything and what it requires to be a professional and to provide all of what that takes for them individually, for what the support systems are individually and as a collective, and that's just going to keep changing and getting more professional as we go. So, you know, what you individually are doing now, you know, you talked about the things that Irina or myself have borrowed from other players on the court. I borrow as much off the court. What are you doing to recover? What are you using? Well, you know, you're using a gun. Are you using, you know, what is your diet game day? What are you eating during the day? Like, I try and take a little bit from other players just to understand, okay, how can I be at my physical best when I'm on there? I don't have all the ideas. I'm not a doctor. What are they doing? And I think that's an evolving part of our sport as well.
But it is funny as we're having the conversation, Anna Leigh just continuing to hammer away. 7-0 here, game 2. Leigh Jansen in the far court right now struggling a bit.
What do you think what is the potential for doping in pickleball? Do you think some players are doping already?
8-0.
Wow. I confess, I'm doping to be an announcer.
Point.
It's a beautiful overhead by Anna Leigh Waters there. You know, I think everything has to be looked at as it continues to grow is my
9-0.
non-answer answer to that question.
Well, I think especially if we're looking into gambling coming in, that's probably is going to be the time when more serious consideration is given to potentially creating some more rules and guidelines, and there are definitely advantages and disadvantages to that.
Point.
Irina, you do not shy away from the big topics, do ya? The one and only Irina Tereshchenko with us today, folks. 9-1.
Side out.
And Leia's had it with the visor, so Anna Leigh just wanting to methodically get this one.
Point.
And the backhand is hit just so clean. You know, when you hear the ball off the paddle, it's struck so clean, and it's in the corner. And you know, she doesn't just sticks to the next volley. And here we are quickly at a game 2, game point.
Point and second game, 11-1.
Second game to Anna Leigh Waters, 11-1 the score. Anna Leigh Waters right now on a collision course with another Red Rock Open trophy here in St. George.
Yeah, and there you see, you know, it's, we talked about the family affair. It's nice to be able to go to your corner, and there's your mother, which is always nice for any young player to have. But guess what? It happens to be one of the best players in the world to be able to give you feedback on your game. So we'll be back with Game 3. Can Leigh Jansen rally here at the Built Red Rock Open?
Leigh Waters leads 2 games to none.
0-0.
What a shot right there.
Can't start him early enough.
That's right, here at the Built Red Rock Open. Game number 3. Jansen frustrated. Leigh continuing to ascend. That is the story right now.
Yeah, her serve has been a factor in this match, and
0-0.
it's allowing her to dictate the points. Let's see if she can stay in control for Game 3.
Point.
Yeah, and when you're down, you start pressing a little bit. Leigh had a volley. She makes
1-0.
95% of the time right there. Just pushed it a bit deep.
Point. Two, 0.
Oh, what a shot.
Point.
So that's the decision that we talked about. Okay, got to hit a good return. It's got
Timeout
to
is
be
called
deep.
by the
But if you
receiver. Score
create
is
an
3-0.
angle, then you're guessing when you come in if it's short. And Leigh could have taken that up the line or cross court and chose to go over the lower part of the net for a clean winner.
Yeah, that ball was had some spin on it for sure, and no grit on Leig's paddle tech paddles. She is able to generate that herself, so that was a fun shot. I might have to copy that.
There we go. Borrow that one, although we're hearing from somebody who rolls a forehand as well as anybody in the country. But what you get, though, is when you cut a return, that slice spin sits very
one
nicely
timeout
for
remaining.
top
Server, 2
spin
timeouts
because you're
remaining.
continuing to spin the ball the same way. So you get double
Time in.
benefits of
3-0.
spin when you hit top spin. If you try to slice that, then you're counteracting the spin that's already coming towards you.
That's science, ladies and gentlemen.
Point.
And we continue to talk about all the players that come into this game from
4-0.
table tennis and from tennis, and how the pool of players over time just continues to grow.
Point.
Irina, the biggest adjustment you had to make when you came into pickleball from tennis, what was that adjustment thing about the game of pickleball that you had to master
5-0.
that maybe was the biggest challenge?
Footwork was definitely the biggest challenge.
Side
Just kind
out.
of learning how to move open stance more and not closing in on your volleys like you would in tennis. So that was probably, took me a
0-5.
minute to figure out how to move effectively at the kitchen line. And then, yeah, the
Point.
second thing was probably kind of technique on some of the shots and just using more open stance volleys, one-handed open stance volleys, something that not a lot of tennis players hit. There's some
1-5.
exceptions, like Jamie Murray and stuff like this in doubles, but those two were probably
Point.
in terms of technique and footwork there. And of course, double strategy was the third challenge. Singles is a little bit more natural when you transition, but doubles, it definitely takes a minute to
2-5.
understand how to keep the ball down or how to use misdirects and
Side
how to
out.
set up put away opportunities.
Meanwhile, Leigh Jansen, couple
5-2.
points, crowd behind her here.
Yeah, tremendous inside-out forehand. Unfortunately
Point.
for her, followed up with a missed serve and hasn't been able to string that level together. Did in game 1 and had a lead, but hasn't been able to have 3, 4, 5 points in a row. Just if
6-2.
if you're able to hit freely and you're Leigh, that's a problem.
Another adjustment is not calling a paddle a racket.
Side out.
Which every tennis player who's ever played the sport is guilty of.
2-6.
2-6, Jansen serving.
Side out.
It was a nice approach by Leigh. She actually gave the ball a little bit of height, bought herself some time, and
6-2.
just a little bit of mishit on the backhand volley, but that was a good
Point.
setup.
Yeah, and that's the 10th service return error, and those are just free points. Now you're going to have a few more of those, as we talked about how important the return
7-2.
is in singles, but that's a big number.
Yeah, that's probably the key stat in this match.
Yeah, and then
Timeout is
if you're
called by the
missing
receiver.
that, then you're
The score
feeling
is 8-0.
pressure about where am I going to
8-2.
hit it, and then other shots creep into that miss, because a missed return rings the scoreboard. A missed serve does not. 10, when you get to double figures of that in 3 games, that's just too much against a player of the quality of Anna Leigh Waters.
Crowd here in St. George right now watching the Anna Leigh Waters freight train just roll here, and she is 3 points away from a women's singles championship.
Yeah, hasn't been able to be touched this year so far. I mean, she's been pushed a little bit. Certainly hasn't won every game she's played by any stretch, but as far as who's coming out on top at the end, it has been her.
Receiver, you're out of timeouts for the game. Server, you have 2 timeouts remaining. Time in. 8-2.
Oh, nice
Side
point by
out.
Jansen.
Yeah, that's what she has. I mean, she has the reach. She has beautiful volleys up at the line. I mean, that's what got her here. I mean, this is a
2-8.
feat to make the final in this field.
Point. Good, 20.
The crisscross there
3-8.
from her paddle that she does, Dave. Explain.
Yes, yeah, no, she just sort of a reset and centering mechanism that she uses. This is actually, we mentioned
Side
science
out.
before. It's actually, she's worked with folks who are experts in this area, and crossing your body gets you completely
8-3.
reset, and there's a lot of physiological benefits of
Point.
doing that. So she's found that, and it really helps her stay on an even keel and focus point to point.
9-3.
Well,
Let
and
reserve.
you know, it could be just something to keep yourself busy between the points.
9-3.
Right. Just a routine.
Anna Leigh in attack mode, and now 1 point away from the championship. Championship point on
10-3.
championship court.
Side out.
Anna Leigh doesn't take the first opportunity to close out the match.
3-10.
Misses her serve just a little deep.
That's a quality
Side out.
return there, right down the line with pace. You know, we talk about giving angles, but if you have your opponent on the run in singles, then everything's different.
10-3.
You're not set. Here's second chance for the second win of the day. And
Point,
unfortunately
game,
for
and
Leigh,
match,
it looks like a lot of the other
Game
ones.
0.
Anna Leigh Waters just not going to be denied. As good as you can be here on Championship Sunday. The 15-year-old continues to ascend, and the crowd appreciates it.
So we are going to have the double, triple opportunity for both players. Ben and Anna Leigh can finish the deal as a duo. And we need like 6 crowns potentially ready for the crown-making people here in the St. George area.
Anna Leigh Waters in a runaway. No questions asked. 11-8, 11-1, 11-3. We'll crown her as champion. Get you ready for more mixed doubles later when we return. (11-8, 11-1, 11-3). It's all Anna Leigh Waters. She is women's singles champion here at the Built Red Rock Open, and right now she's standing by with Hannah Johns.
Thanks, Drew. I'm here. And Anna Leigh Waters, spectacular pickleball out of you, Anna Leigh. What did it take to finish that one in 3? Well, I'm from Florida, so I'm really not used to this altitude here in Utah, but it took me a little bit in the first game to get used to it, but then once I did and I kind of figured out the strengths, I just kind of stuck with my game plan and kept going, and here I am.
What do you think is the greatest strength that you have in your pickleball game?
For singles, I would say my rolls from the baseline. That's what I'm most comfortable with, and I think that's my best shot.
Well, there are a lot of young people out there now who want to be just like Anna-Leigh Waters, who are looking up to you. But what would you say to them when you talk about some of the harder aspects of traveling around and training every day?
Well, I mean, you definitely see the bright side of it, you know, winning these championships, but it can be a little tough balancing school and training and traveling. But in the end, it's definitely worth it, and I can't wait for the next tournament.
Congratulations again, Anna-Leigh. We're going to bring Connor Ogden from the PPA on court now to present you with that trophy. Connor.
Anna-Leigh, congratulations. You are undefeated still. I feel like I've said that every time we've gone to the tournament this year. And so you're going to need a bigger trophy case. I know you've been taking this home with you. So congratulations. And on behalf of the PPA and Built Bar, we'd love to present you with that trophy.
Thank you. All right, congratulations. Give her a hand, guys. Dave, Drew.
Anna-Leigh Waters, your champion in women's singles. And that'll bring us to mixed doubles. It is coming up next, and it is certainly going to be fun. Ben Johns and Anna-Leigh Waters look to make history. Catherine Parento and Riley Newman are waiting in the wings here at the Built Red Rock Open.